Hello.
Let's check on our status. Hopefully we don't drop any frames today. Today, that should be fixed because I should be able to upload a video even if we do drop out a bit. So, sorry about being late. All right, there we go. I tweeted it. What's taking you so long?
My brain dead tonight. It's past my bedtime.
Well, welcome to the show today.
Yeah, welcome.
I'm David.
I'm Jeff.
And today we're going to talk about Trump accounts. What are they? Do they matter? Should we care? Candice Owens, do you know who that is? That's some woman, right?
I'd hope.
Okay. Somali fraud, voter roll cleanup,
A lot of it.
and foreign aid. And we might throw in some random other things just because. Might as well.
Kind of that way.
So, do you want to start with Trump accounts?
Sure.
What are the Trump accounts? And should we care? And I didn't organize these at all, so it's going to take me a bit to find what I'm looking for.
Well, we do. Well, Trump accounts is a new thing that Donald Trump has decided that he's going to try to.
Well, it wasn't just him.
I know.
It was in the one big, beautiful bill.
And it's he got Michael and Susan Dell to commit $6.25 billion with a B.
This is a video about that.
Yeah. To
25 million babies.
Yeah, to give money, $250, I think it was.
Yeah, to the Trump accounts.
To
So
the Trump
they're
accounts.
each getting 1,000 already.
Yep, from the
So they'll get
big beautiful bill
1,250 for
to start.
These kids.
Yep, and it'll be anybody who's born, I think, in 2026 and on.
Yes.
So it starts then, and then if they get 18 years of investment, they'll have somewhere $18,000 to $20,000, something like that.
But parents and grandparents can put it into these accounts.
Yes.
So what are some of the reasons why
Evidently,
this is a good idea?
So can billionaires.
Well, yeah. I think that's awesome.
I think
and
anyone
I think Trump's going to go after trying to get more people like that to put money into them.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a great idea. And one of the reasons I think it is I was reading several posts, and one of the things it does is it helps kids understand the value of compounding.
Yep.
And a lot of times when you're in a low-income environment or a family with low income, you're fighting to just get food on the table.
Yeah.
You are not thinking about buying stocks and bonds.
No, and it's one of those things that we don't teach.
We don't. Our school system is terrible for that.
We don't teach anything about going through short-term pain for long-term gain.
Well, endurance.
It's the opposite thing we teach.
We do.
We teach that you want to take today's gain over a long-term gain that might be more.
Yeah. Yep. And that's an important thing for kids to do. Something that I wish our school system would teach.
Yeah.
Basic finance.
Well, we should go back to home ec.
Home ec, shop.
That's what it was. Shop. Yep. All those things. We should go back to them all.
I think it'd be great. I think it'd be a great thing to do to help kids, because even if your family doesn't have a lot of money, if there was a way for the school system to, like, here's some money because you did stuff, we're going to throw it in this account and you can see things work. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
Or have like a class on investing, because what we did in college, which is kind of silly, but you just fake invested. So you just picked.
Yeah.
You took a fake amount of $10,000 and put them in the market, and then at the end of the semester saw how you did.
Yeah.
But if you do that in real life, which they're doing with these Trump accounts, yes, 18 years is only $20,000, but if you leave it alone after 18 years and take it till retirement.
Well, it turns into an IRA when they turn to 18.
It can. You can either take it out, take the distribution, or turn it into an IRA.
Right. Most of the time, you should turn it into an IRA, and then that just is your footing.
Guess what? 30 years later, you've got probably a couple $100,000.
Well, if you don't put anything into it, if you don't dump money into it, that's the whole thing. Yeah, and then this article also, the Twitter, he talks about not just the Trump account, but he also talks about some other things that happened that same day.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot that's happened this week.
And so one of the things that he talked about was all new asylum claims are now stopped. It is done.
There is one exception.
South Africa.
Yeah.
The Boers.
The Afrikanis.
Yeah. And
So-
there's good reason.
There is very good reason for that.
Yep. And then he has told the banks, this is a big deal too, to me, because we have been funding, we as the United States taxpayer has been funding illegals' homes, apartments, and everything else. And this, he said, banks and benefit systems now have to freeze accounts if the identity of the individual cannot be verified as lawful.
Yeah, that's kind of a duh.
It's huge, but it's
kind of a
huge. Yeah. And then we're doing high-risk region screening, finally.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that.
Yep.
But yeah, that's...
And then the SNAP data fight escalated.
Who was the...
There's
who's
a
the
bunch of
lady over it?
states. There's a bunch of states that have refused to give their data.
Yeah, but who's
to
the
the
lady
feds.
over it? I can't remember. Rollins or something?
Yeah, I think it's Secretary Rollins.
There's like 600,000 people
Yeah.
who are fraudulently taking SNAP benefits, at least that
Well,
many.
I think it's more than that. I think it's way more than that. But this is what they've done is they just said that the states that refuse to give the data will stop getting the money.
Yeah, this next point made me think of something that I'm going to look
Okay.
up while you talk about it, which was the...
And
The
so
drug
that's
votes.
a big deal as well, because that needed to be done a long time ago. We need to verify who's getting our benefits. And stupid states like Utah, which is where we live, they give benefits to everybody. And especially you get more benefits if you're illegal. And so it is just, oh, jeez. Yes, we'll get to that. Thank you very much. Franklin the Turtle.
We'll get there. Don't spoil the surprise.
All right. And then the drug smuggling boat strike and the fake news that went along with it.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
completely ridiculous.
So
crap.
that was interesting because in response to that fake news story
Yep.
about Hegseth saying hit the people and kill the people,
Yep.
which he didn't do,
No.
the White House put up they're tracking now the fake news on a White House website.
Yes, they are.
And it's wonderful. It's
Yes,
hilarious.
yes, it
And
is.
so you can go in and click on this and see the fake news articles as they go live, basically.
Yep. So there's a lot of things happening,
Yep.
but Trump accounts are actually a pretty cool thing, and I'm excited about them.
even though
None of my kids will get them. Yeah, I know.
none of my kids will get them,
Well, I'm right here, and I'm older.
but you won't get them.
No.
Okay, see? So none of my kids, I
Yeah.
wasn't wrong.
It's true, you weren't. So let's talk about some more. Let's talk more about the Somali fraud.
Yeah.
There's this guy. He's like Tim Walz or something. I don't know. You know, he's supposed to be like the governor of some place. There we go. So Stephen Miller, you should watch this video because he's so good at talking about things. He just
He's
just
very
gets straight to the
articulate.
point. But they're having launched a full-scale investigation into the Somali fraud in Tim Walz's Minnesota.
And they were saying it was $1 billion in fraud.
Oh, yeah, it's much worse now, I think.
But now they're saying it's $8 billion with a B
just a lot.
in fraud, which is insane.
Oh, did you see the
And that's
story
since
that came out?
2014.
People were like, well, the Somali immigrants generate $500 million worth of economic activity. It's like, no, they don't.
No, they
First
don't.
off, no, they don't. Second off, that doesn't offset $5 billion worth of fraud.
$8 billion. Yes. Yeah, I agree.
So it's completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. But Tim Walz is very upset because Donald Trump called him a naughty name. The naughty name was retard. And just let's clarify first. People in the past had thought that retard was a derogatory term for mentally handicapped individuals. It is not. Okay? Retard has nothing to do with mentally handicapped individuals. Retard is someone who has an average intelligence but refuses to use any of it. That's a retard.
That is. Yeah.
And Tim
absolutely.
Walz is a classic case of a retard. And he was complaining that that people were driving by his house and yelling out retard. And I find that hilarious because he is retarded.
Just a bit.
Oh, there's so many worse things you could be called than retard.
Yeah.
Maybe use your brain and then you wouldn't be called one, but he can't. He can't. And I am so glad he's not VP.
Oh, can you imagine what wouldn't have come out if and Kamala had won?
Oh, gosh.
This Somali stuff wouldn't have come out. They'd have hit it.
Plus, we would have had a retard in that way. Two.
Because she can't string a sentence together.
She's a word salad king.
Yeah, she just...
Yeah. So, retard's back, by the way, if you weren't aware. And if you call someone retarded, don't feel bad because you're not saying something derogatory about mentally handicapped people.
It reminds me of the T-shirt I saw. It said, "I squint at the sun because it's really bright. I squint at you because you're not."
Correct. And it has nothing to do with mental impairness. It's your brain is not being used for its intended function.
Correct.
Oh, man. Did you see, who was it? One lady, Kim Kardashian, got a brain scan.
Oh, yes, and they said there was something wrong. Not shocking, I don't
Her brain's
believe.
smooth, and she thought that was a compliment.
Yeah, not shocking, though. I'm not shocked.
No one's shocked. It's just funny.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, so what's the next story of the day? What do we got? That's enough. I mean, we could talk more about the Somali fraud if you wanted to.
Nah, I think we're good.
Candice Owens. So do you guys know about Candice Owens? Do you know who that is?
It is a weird story. It is.
So there's a lot of facets, but go ahead.
No,
Tell us.
just-
Fill us in. Give us a little summary.
So she
While I
used to
drink some
work.
tea.
She used to work for the Daily Wire.
Yeah, and some weird things have happened over the time because they got rid of Jeremy Boring, which was one of the founding members.
Yeah, they got rid of him. Ben Shapiro is basically in charge now, if I remember right.
Yeah, he's the only other. So it was him
Yeah.
and Jeremy Boring that I
And
believe
so-
started it.
So, and then she evidently got in a fight with him, Ben Shapiro, and got fired, quit. I don't know which happened. Either she quit, she got fired, she was asked to. Doesn't matter. They left.
Yeah.
They parted ways. And then she started on these rants about the Jews doing all this stuff.
Well, not just the Jews. Come on.
I know,
You
but
got to
it was,
get Macron in there.
yeah, but that's what I was going to get to that. But she started blaming like the Jews of this, the Jews that, and she was like going down a weird rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And then she's now in a lawsuit with Macron. He used to be the prime minister of France, right? Because he's not anymore.
But what's the lawsuit over? It's very credible accusations were made by Candice. Very, very credible. And
Whether
if you
his
can't
wife-
tell, that's sarcasm.
Whether his wife is a female or not. That's literally what it's
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
And she's now in federal court. Candice Owens, she's going to have to defend that because she said for a fact that his wife is not a female. Now, I have no idea. And really, I don't want to know.
Well,
But
I would hope they do a DNA test and not a, hey,
Yeah.
show us.
Well, she said this is the bizarre thing that came out. Macron and his wife released, we have photographic evidence proving that she's a female.
Well, I mean, you can get that. I don't want to see it.
I don't either.
Don't need to see that.
It just DNA test. That'd be good.
And then what? Then following all that up, right?
So there's that lawsuit.
So she's been embroiled in a bunch of conspiracies that have seemingly no foundation in reality. Correct.
This weird rabbit hole, and she's been going down. I don't know what the heck is going on, but her latest thing when Charlie Kirk was killed, she has now said some really bizarre things about who did it. And
Okay, so let's clarify. She's not ever so specifically said who might have done it.
she said,
She has implied heavily.
yes,
So you have to
true.
understand why I
true.
say that. It matters because
legally.
Not just legally, but she would say she didn't, even though all her supporters would say she did.
Yeah, it's just been bizarre.
And she is taking what the left stream media does with headlines and statements and is doing that with her podcast. So what they'll do is, especially if you're for Trump on, what's the fact-checking website that's out there? Snopes. What they'll do is Trump will go to an event, hand out ice cream, have a good time. Maybe an old lady fell down and he helped her up. And they'll make a statement. Did Trump help up an old lady on Sunday? False. And then in the notes down at the bottom, it'll say, no, actually, Trump helped up an old lady on Friday.
Yeah.
So it's word games you play to get people to think the way you want them to think without saying things that are technically untruthful. And so that is literally what Candice is doing, is she's throwing out word salad with implications, but not actually ever saying anything.
Bizarre implications. And then,
very bizarre implications.
Not bizarre. That's the thing you wear when you have man boobs.
Well,
but bizarre implications.
Maybe you have one on right now.
Well, you never know. Bizarre implications. And then as part of this, she's said Charlie Kirk was killed by this and that, and these implications. And then the turning point is behind it all, and they're trying to steal money or whatever. I don't know exactly what it is because it's so strange and convoluted.
The things I've heard are two main things. One, she's constantly clout chasing, and so she's one of the ways to get media attention and lots of viewers and things like that is to consistently escalate in essentially insanity about conspiracies and stories and things like that. So that's one way you get people to keep on coming back, because you have these even more ridiculous and even more bizarre and these more ridiculous things. Part two is her show is female coded. It's written in a way of like the murdering mysteries and stuff. The way she talks about things and stuff pulls in women because it's an emotional show about what could things like that. So the way that seems to be what she's going after, is the women crowd.
Well, and then the other thing she did this week, she got Turning Point to agree to debate her in an open debate.
Mm-hmm. And then what did she do?
So I don't.
What did she do though? Because they said they were going to do it. What day it was, and what did she say?
I don't.
She said she was going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there. Confirmed. And now she said, I can't be there because you scheduled it when I have my podcast. And then the most recent one is, I couldn't go because my husband said I couldn't.
That's probably a good thing on his part, if he did.
Well, he should just turn her show off.
I know.
Something's seriously wrong with her.
It's just been weird. I thought...
So there's one other piece there that I've heard, but go ahead.
I was just going to say, I thought highly of Candice Owens. I don't know her. I don't know anything personal about her. But I thought highly of her, and then all of a sudden, I mean, this is like over a year period or something like that. It's just suddenly the conspiracies and the bizarre, strange behavior.
So to me, that makes sense because it looks like what you see on, like with the whole Dylan Mulvaney controversy, that guy, which it was a guy, didn't start out making trans content.
Correct.
He started making out iffy crap, and then he made some trans content, and it went off.
It's true.
And so he followed it up, and he followed it up. So that could be similar to what happened just to Candice. Is she was doing these things that were reasonable and stuff, and then she did some conspiracy stuff, and that is the stuff that went off.
Got on fire and got her money.
And so now she jumped into it. So the other piece of it, and I think I agree with Tim Pool on this, he mentioned, is she's released some text messages between her and Charlie, and he thinks she was in love with him. And that she is pissed because he married the wrong person, and she is no longer has any sway over the organization.
See, that steps into another level of conspiracy.
Is that true? I don't know. But it could be.
This is all bizarre enough without that. That's I guess my contention. This is all just strange without that anyway. So I don't know. It's just weird what's going on, and I don't understand.
So if you're a woman and you happen to watch this, and you think we're wrong, I'm sorry. You should make sure that you don't allow your emotions
Tell us what you think, too.
dictate your opinions about logic and reason.
Yeah.
Because unlike, a mystery novel, which is about non-real people and non-real things, which are fun because they're just, this is about real people and factual evidence. And she is doing, it seems because of what she's doing everything in her power to destroy Charlie Kirk's organization.
It does.
Everything in her power.
It's just,
and it seemed, to me, that is like pure evil.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why you would go down that rabbit hole. But she definitely has.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just odd.
It's very
That's
odd.
the nicest thing I could say.
So we got a couple articles about it here. Tim Poole talking about it a little bit here.
Yeah.
She does honestly seem to hate Charlie Kirk, his wife, his friends, and everything. Like, seems like she's trying to burn it all down. Is she? I don't know her, but it kind of seems like it.
It seems that way. I don't understand.
It's an odd way to grieve.
Yeah.
And then this is one of the statements. It's like a soap opera, essentially. So it's weird. Yeah. I've watched a couple of her shorts and stuff before all the controversy or the conspiracy theory stuff she got into. And she's just, I don't know. Something seems to have broken in her brain.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
So let's talk about a more fun subject. How about voter rolls and cleanup?
Harmeet Dillon was probably one of my favorite, not elections, appointments. That's the word I was looking for.
She's certainly
AG, assistant
at the top
AG,
of
right?
the pile.
Assistant AG?
She's assistant AG, yeah.
She's kicking some butt.
She's actually, I think, the head of the Civil Rights Division.
Oh, that's right. Head of the Civil Rights Division.
She's the assistant right there. It says assistant AG for the Civil Rights. And she has been, once again, I don't know any of these people. I didn't know any of these people, but she has shocked me in a good way.
Yes.
And impressed me in a good way.
Because she's done a lot of good things.
Yeah. And so I'm impressed. So she's pushing for, the Civil Rights Division has demanded the voter rolls from all 50 states. That's what we're talking about.
So
and
here's some of the numbers.
Yeah. And 14 states have refused to comply.
Yep. So they're getting sued.
Yeah. So,
hopefully Utah's in one of those 14.
No, they're not. Utah needs to be.
Hopefully they will be soon.
And if you notice, only 4 states have willingly complied. North Carolina has over 100K of registrations that have been shown to be false.
Yep.
Right now,
260,000 dead registrants.
That doesn't seem like a big number, okay?
Yeah, but in one state, that swings an election.
No, even if it was across 50 states.
Still swings.
That can swing elections because a lot of elections are very narrow margins.
Yes, they are.
Trump won by very narrow margins in all the swing
several
states.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then thousands of that's on top. Thousands of non-citizens being identified as well.
What? No. Stop right there. That doesn't happen.
I know.
I have been reliably told.
I know. Over and over.
Several years.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
I know.
So clearly you're wrong.
I know. Clearly.
You can't read. That didn't happen.
I know.
So she's doing some great work.
Huh?
She's I think pretty much every one of them is going to lose, which is really nice, and we might talk about this just
Not
because.
pretty much every one of them. Every one of them is going to lose because what she's asking for is
reasonable
for the federal rolls, and the federal government has every right to ask for the voting in the federal elections.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the right to go into the state and say, let me see your state voting rolls for the state elections, but it does have every right to go in and say, yeah, we need the federal voting information.
Yep, exactly. So I'm excited about it, and this is definitely what needs to be done. The sooner the better.
Yep.
Hopefully, enough will be done to impact the midterms.
Yes.
Oh, did you see? Is it Indiana?
I don't know. Give me more information.
Just got their house redistricted.
Yes, Indiana did.
Okay.
Yep.
Zero.
It's got to go.
Zero.
Right.
Democratic seats.
It's got to go to Democrat seats, not Democratic. Democrat.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Because we have a constitutional republic and not a democracy. The only people who
It's
call
not
it
the same thing because it's totally different. It's the
I'm just
Democrat
being-
Party.
just the Democrat Party. Is that
Yes,
what you
that too.
said? Okay.
So anyhow, they did this week as well. They're setting up a Second Amendment section of lawyers in the Civil Rights Division that is just going to protect the Second Amendment and going to
Yeah.
take on the states that violate Second Amendment.
Yeah. So she's done a lot, but this is some other good news that is related. Is Texas is allowed to redistrict, as we all knew they would be
Correct.
able to.
Yep. And by the Supreme Court, they ruled. What was it, 8 to something?
No, it was 6-3.
6-3. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was
6-3.
higher. It must be something else.
Pretty sure it was 6-3. I don't know why it's not in there.
It didn't matter. It doesn't matter if it
But
was
yeah, that happened, and then another one that we should talk about.
birthright citizenship. I'm
They have
excited
decided
for
to
this.
accept. I am so excited about this because I am
We're the only
60-40 is the way I'm looking at it right now. Is I think we have about a 60% chance of it getting overturned.
Well, but the issue is here is we're the only first world country that allows this.
Well, I would say that third worlds don't, but because they're so messed up that they couldn't really stop it if they wanted to.
Yeah. But we're the only ones that allow this, and it's insane.
Yeah.
So it'll be awesome. They're going to take it up, but it probably won't rule until June.
Yeah,
Probably.
I hate our legal system for that purpose.
There's many other reasons I hate our legal system, but
There's a lot. The other thing is tariffs. Who came out recently? I can't remember who it was. It Scott Bessent? One of the people in the administration came out and said they're pretty sure that SCOTUS is going to rule on Trump's behalf.
so am I, because of how he did it. He can only declare tariffs according to federal law if there's an emergency. So
Yep.
he declared a national emergency.
Yes, he did. He's not an
And
idiot.
then he put the tariffs in. So I believe he followed the law.
Do you
Now,
think Rand Paul's going to be crying
yes, he
about
will.
this?
So my issue is if they didn't want him to do this, Congress shouldn't have passed that law.
Correct.
You can
100%.
we can have that argument about that law, and I agree that law is stupid and shouldn't be in place.
I don't.
But we can have that argument.
Let's do it right now.
Arm wrestle too. We can have that argument, but that's a different argument than Trump can't do this because the law says he can.
Correct.
Because they
Congress,
passed it.
you abdicated your power, and as no other Republican president has done, Trump is using power
Yeah, and he's wielding it. What
Quite
they
well.
gave him. Yeah.
quite well.
Yeah.
I am very appreciative of his ability to
So I'm
do
hoping that they strike that down and make it retroactive.
we don't
They
even
have to make it retroactive as well.
Yes, birthright citizenship.
Yep.
Yes, I don't think they. I don't know if they'll retroactive. To me, is more of a 30-70% split, 30%
but-
chance.
But what they got to
70%
say is
likelihood.
it was never been constitutional. I mean, not constitutional. The way that it has been applied has not been constitutional, and that's if they say that,
Yeah.
it's retroactive.
That's true. Still, don't know if they're going to do that.
I don't either, but it would be nice.
Yeah. So the next one is another.
So
I wasn't sure about this appointment in the administration. I wasn't.
there's many appointments I wasn't sure about, and this was one of them as well.
But you know what? I'm pretty happy about it. So
Once
what's
again,
Mr.
I'm
Kennedy
shocked.
doing lately? What's he doing lately?
It's been pretty. This is a horrific story. He's quoting from a story that came out. I don't remember what state. It was a school that the parents had a written exemption for a vaccine policy, and this school, behind the parents' back, at school, vaccinated the children for COVID.
Of course, because why not? Parents don't have any rights over their children. What are you talking about?
And so he's going after, the HSS is going to go after these schools.
Well, if you
that
live
did
in
it.
California, the children aren't your children,
Yeah, I
they're the
know.
state's
I
children.
know.
So you got to calm down on thinking you actually have control over your own kids. Okay.
So they actually put up, there's a link on one of the HSS website that you can actually, if you have the school coming to you demanding to do this, you can actually go and put your information in, and they'll connect you, and they'll stomp on the school for you.
Good, because that's how
Yeah.
it should work.
Exactly. And I think it's
The
fantastic.
schools and the school administration should be afraid of the parents that they will take their jobs away.
They should be
and get them
imprisoned for
fired.
it.
Oh yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, they should be imprisoned if they do that.
As
behind the
I think
parents'
we've
backs.
said on a couple times on the podcast, Trump is actually quite a moderate.
That's a moderate position. The parents are in control of their children's health care.
Why do I
That-
want notifications?
That's a moderate position.
It is.
So, anyhow, he did that. Today, they came out and the CDC board said the hepatitis B vaccine no longer should be given to babies.
And then Trump came out and said, they're looking at essentially all vaccines given to babies.
And then the other thing that came out was just bizarre, is that the CDC came out and said also, well, it was just voluntary.
No, it wasn't, because
It
these
wasn't.
vaccine lists are given to schools. And to be able to go to schools, you have to have all the vaccines.
Well,
or
what the
get
states have done, it's simpler
exemptions.
than that even. What the states have done is most states have a law that the CDC recommendations are state law.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to. So whatever the CDC recommended, it's state law
Which
for the
is
vaccines.
just
they have.
ridiculous.
And it's just insane. And so hepatitis B, I don't know if anybody knows, hepatitis B is sexual transmitted and needles and drug use and stuff like that, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the only way a baby's going to get it is if the mother has it.
Yeah, and so
it's
if
a
the mother
simple
has
test.
it, then you give the vaccine to
To the baby, right? It's a simple
feel like that's
test
pretty straightforward.
to see.
So this is
they
the
have it or
problem
not.
I have with our culture. Is we got real lazy,
Yeah,
like in everything.
yeah.
Instead of, because I've thought this for a while for several of the vaccines, we have the technology now to do DNA, not testing. What is it? Where you track all the things in it.
Oh, in the vaccines?
No, your DNA. You code it or whatever. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called now. It's gone. But we have the technology to take your DNA, look at it, see what you got going on, and then we can actually just check to see if you're likely to be affected adversely by a vaccine.
I don't know if it's that good yet, but we're starting
Why
down
don't we
that
do
road.
that kind of stuff, though?
Well,
I mean, I feel the other thing is they should do that. They should take kids' DNA too, because that should be your marker of
where you started.
Yeah, in research, it would help with research, because if you have all these DNA markers as a baby, and then you go through life, and they track your medical history,
Yeah.
they can
I don't know.
correlate.
All I
There's-
know is that
just lazy.
this was a great thing. They're now talking about removing all of the
they should.
vaccines from the babies. Now, what they mean by that, and Kennedy, Secretary Kennedy has been very clear, is we're not taking the vaccines off the market. If you want the vaccines, you can get them.
Well, we might, though. Some of them.
Some of them, but he's only if they're not safe.
Correct.
But we're not going to get rid of them. We're just getting rid of the recommendation
Correct.
that they get them so that they drop out of all these states' recommendations.
Yes.
Not recommendations, enforcements.
So this is one of the other things why I think vaccines are ridiculous. I didn't know this, but I was listening to a podcast. It might have been Micro's podcast. He's talking to a doctor about it. But did you know the tetanus vaccine, you don't actually need to take it ever? Because they can give it to you in the hospital right before. So if you go to the hospital because something stabbed you, they can give you the vaccine immediately and you're fine.
Yeah.
so you don't actually ever have to take it. It's just stuff like that. It's like use simple logic and stop being lazy.
Right. Well, and not just that is, let's get the actual, this is what Secretary Kennedy has promised. Let's get the actual data from the vaccine trials. And if they don't have trials, pull it off the market until you get trials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just...
It came out this week that the COVID trials that they did have
were lies.
They had a few kids, die in them, and they hid it.
Yeah, because they lie all the
just
time.
Insane. Anyway.
So let's talk about our favorite social media platform. Which one is that? That's TikTok, right? We
Blue
like TikTok.
Sky.
Blue Sky?
Yeah.
Are you on Blue Sky?
No.
No, me neither. X. So what happened? Was it today?
It was today.
So what did the EU government do?
Well, it's interesting what came out about the EU, what they did.
I'd have to go look that up. But
they actually told X behind the scenes, if you censor people when we tell you to and don't tell anybody, we will go ahead and not fine you. And then all of these other, X is the only one that said no.
Of course not.
And so EU today announced that they're fining $140 million, and that's basically per day. Yeah. And they're going to fine Elon Musk personally as well. Now, J.D. Vance had a bit to say about it.
He's actually had more to say about it if I find it.
He has.
Let me go see if I can find it. You can go continue talking about it.
It's insane because they demand that you censor them. And I don't know who said it originally because it's been around a long time. It's how you respond to speech that you don't like is more speech, because if you have the facts and the logic on your side, it will win over the bad speech.
I agree and disagree.
No, you want everybody to speak. I want everybody to speak.
I don't.
I do.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because you're assuming similar morality with everyone.
No, I'm not.
Because what happens, and this is a problem we have in the U.S. with the immigration from third world countries, is we get these people coming from third world countries that do not share our morality at all.
At all.
And so they take advantage of our systems of trying to hold us to a standard that we believe in, they don't give a shit about. And because of that, they're able to manipulate the system to their advantage.
The fraud that we talked about is just an example of that.
Correct. And so that's why I'm not a free speech absolutist anymore. My stance is I will support your free speech as long as you will support my free speech. If you refuse to support my free speech, you get no speech. Yeah. And that's my stance. Because if you're going to try to manipulate the system, because that's what the Democrats do consistently, is they say, this is the Constitution, you're breaking it. They don't care about the Constitution. They're not going to follow it.
Yeah, they just care about their point.
Correct. Yeah. And so if you're unwilling to defend free speech for me, I will not at all whatsoever defend it for you.
Yeah, well, we do want more speech than less. And so anyhow...
We do want more free speech. We want more speech than less, but yes, that's my stance.
Thus far, and we don't know what's going on behind the scene, but it seems like X and Elon are telling them to go take a flying leap off the nearest bridge.
Yeah, they are. Because it wasn't just a fine against X, it was a fine against Elon as well.
Yeah. And so it'll be interesting to see how this works out. But they tried to do a similar thing with, what's the country? Viktor Orban. Is it Poland? And it didn't work. So we'll see what happens.
See, the thing, we should sanction them immediately.
Yes.
We should increase our tariff on them to like 500%.
Yep.
Until they bend to us.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, Trump's going to do it.
Oh, he will. He is not afraid of the European Union at all.
Right.
They are afraid of him, and he has shown them several times that they'll do whatever he wants them to do.
Yeah, so he's going to deal with it, I'm pretty sure. It's probably some backroom dealing going on right now, is my guess.
Oh, he does try to do the thing where he'll let you save face. He will.
Yeah,
That's the thing that's interesting about Trump. Even if he's publicly said he dislikes you and hates you, he will give you the chance to save face.
Yeah.
And if you choose not to, he will rub your face in it. But he does give you the chance to save face.
He does give you a chance. Yep.
Because that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand about negotiation and prideful people is if you give them a way out.
So they don't look bad. Yeah.
They don't look bad. They're more likely to take it. Now, they don't always, but they're more likely to take it.
And they're less likely to be so harsh if they do get beat
Correct.
in the future.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. What we got? Like one more story today? Should we do this one or the fun one with the turtle?
Do the fun one.
So if you haven't seen on X and elsewhere, people are annoyed with Pete Hegseth because of this. And I personally love it.
I like memes. Memes are awesome.
Franklin targets narco-terrorists.
This is just spiraled over the internet.
Oh, yeah. It's got
This
all
is
over
everywhere.
the place.
And there's all sorts of Franklin stories now going out there. So it's...
It's the best, though, because... apparently Franklin's Canadian, and so the Canadians has been crashing out about it a lot. And I just find it funny because you guys are dumb. You're doing the opposite of what you need to do for this to calm down.
Yes.
You should understand that Americans love, especially Canada lately, because you guys have been acting completely insane.
Yeah.
Anytime you throw a fit, we're going to push your buttons even more.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
absolutely.
Franklin kills narco terrorists. And this, the ridiculous thing about this is, as per usual, Trump has figured out a way to get the Democrats to support narco terrorists. That and Rand Paul and Thomas Massey.
I don't understand, but yes, he's got them supporting not just narco terrorists, but all sorts of things that a sane person would say no to.
Correct. Don't blow up the guys with the drugs in their boats. It's bad.
And it's kind of obvious they're not fishing boats.
Well, the other thing is
loaded with drugs.
It was Rand Paul, I think he posted his letter.
Yes.
Like, only 70% of the boats stopped had drugs on them. No, he said 30% of the boats didn't have drugs on them. And everyone was like, so you're telling me that 70% did?
Yes.
So we're doing pretty good then.
Well, and who was I listening to? He was in an interview and he said, it was Pete Hegseth. It was on one of those marathon press conferences Trump had with his cabinet. Pete Hegseth said, it must be working because that trafficking's down 90% since we started.
That's the thing you have to understand, and this is the thing that our school system and our culture doesn't teach well, is the world is not like us.
Yes.
They don't have the same worldview and the value system at all whatsoever.
Correct.
And sadly, one of the things they understand well is violence and force.
Or you could put it a simpler way even, and that is consequences to actions.
Correct. Yes. But
our schools don't teach that either.
Well, they don't. But the Democrats' consequence wants to be like, oh, don't you do that. Don't you do that. That's not a consequence that anyone in the world would understand.
But it's not the Democrats only.
No, some of the
If you look at the Republican Party up to Trump, their response was that as well. We've been fighting the war on drugs for 40 years.
Yeah.
And guess who's been winning?
Trump.
Not the war on drugs. Who's been winning?
Well, the drugs have been winning.
Up Trump.
Up until now. Trump is winning now.
Yeah, Trump's winning now. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, but there has to be, you have to understand and this is something that needs to be taught in schools, is there are worldviews that are incompatible. Yeah. And if they are incompatible, you can't have them in your society or they will destroy your society.
Another example is Islam.
Yeah, they will destroy our society.
Yeah.
And here's the main points about that. You can feel free to fill in. One, they don't value people all the same. Women are a lesser value. People who are who aren't Muslims are a lesser value. And
Children are lesser?
Children are lesser, and people who oppose Muslims are even worse off.
Yes.
Part two, and probably the most important thing people do not understand about Islam, is they are specifically taught that if you are not Islam, they are allowed to lie and cheat and steal from you to get their goals. And so, like Mamdani in New York, he is acting like he is supportive of LGBTQ and things like that so that he can take advantage of them to get power. And if they get power, you're dead.
Yeah. Yes, so there's...
But they're completely incompatible because they don't have the same value system.
Correct.
Normal Christian...
Worldview matters. It does.
It does. The normal Christian values that were used to create our nation are that every person is of equal value.
Right.
And if you don't believe that, it changes everything.
Yeah, and that's our laws are supposed to be based on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the interpretation of them and how they've been implemented, not so much, but
No.
that's what our laws are supposed to be.
So we can't have that in our nation. That's why they need to leave. Go back to where you came from.
One last thing that I guess we can end with, and we don't have it on our list yet, but we can get to it, is Trump announced his plan for restricting how long people can be in Congress and the Senate, and it's
Term limits.
And he announced what he plans on, how he plans on implementing it.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah. So his proposal is 6 years for House members, which is 2 terms, I think, or 3 terms.
3 terms because it's 2 years per term, and then Senate is 6 years per term.
And then 2 terms in the Senate for someone. And this is what blew me away is with that 73%,
which is what we need. We need fresh blood.
Congress
and
would be
younger
gone.
blood, please.
Yeah. And then 46 senators of 100, so that's 46%.
Yep.
Would be gone out of the Senate. And that doesn't count because there's a bunch of people have already said they're retiring.
Yes.
A lot of the old ancient ones are retiring. And so I'd love to see it.
Oh, yeah. Term limits would possibly be helpful. I am back and forth on that, but
if you had good people, you want to keep them there.
Correct.
But I think even good people, if you're there for long enough,
and I think Thomas Madison and Rand Paul might be really good examples of that.
I agree.
Because they seem, back when I was younger, 10 years ago, I thought they were actually pretty good representatives in House.
And I think they were.
Yet they've got 0 done.
Well, it's not just getting 0 done. They voted against some things that I think they should have voted for.
Yeah.
At least from my viewpoint. And it seems like if they have no new ideas, so let's get somebody in there with a chance of maybe some new ideas. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
but I love this. I think it would be great if they could get it passed and swipe and just get rid of. I like one other thing that would be wonderful to do with this is pass a constitutional amendment that if we have a deficit, no members of Congress and the Senate are allowed ever to run again.
I don't know about that. I think they can't get any pay.
No, I think they shouldn't be able to run. Clear them out.
That would work as well. But
I'd rather do a lottery in the United States of random people being assigned to the House and Senate than what we have right now.
That's probably true.
Probably
true. Last quick story of the day. Change the way we provide financial aid. Well, first off, the amount of financial aid that we provide has considerably less than it used to be because we got rid of USAID.
Correct.
But they're going to make it so it goes directly to the
administrations of the countries, is basically.
Instead of NGOs. Why? If you didn't know, NGOs steal most of the money and give it to themselves.
Yeah. Governments do too, but you don't have 2 people siphoning off the money. You only have one group. So hopefully,
So these are just 2 quick stories about that. We'll have them in our links and stuff, but I am very happy with the current administration. I'm tired of all of the people who constantly complain that enough's not being done. It's been less than a year since he's actually been in power. Remember, he got his job January 20th. So
it seems like forever, but in
does.
reality, it's less than a year.
But how about we stop complaining about what he's not doing and keep on coming up with how things are going to look better in the future because of what he's doing and done.
And some things take
Let's
a
be
while.
hopeful.
Well, some things take a while to implement. The big, beautiful bill, a lot of the tax stuff kicks in January.
Yeah. Let's be hopeful instead of Debbie Downers.
Well,
People like hopeful people
Or-
better than Debbie Downers.
panicans.
Or panicans.
I like the panicking word.
All right. Well, that's all we got for today. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Sorry about being late again, but we'll have uploads like we normally do, shorts and stuff. But if you liked our episode, if you didn't like our episode, I don't care. Like and subscribe anyway.
Absolutely.
And then tell your friends. See some random guy on the street, just be like, hey, listen to this. Share it out there. All right. Let you guys go.